institutions are here. They're quietly buying and they're accumulating. And if you look at the volumes, it's solid. That's over $600 trillion of value in the world right now. If you just get just a fraction of that into Bitcoin, Bitcoin doubles, triples, quadruples overnight. So people are going to start to realize, I've got to protect my capital somewhere. Where is the capital going to be reallocated from? It's going to be reallocated from bonds and real estate, because it's easy to manage your holding of Bitcoin. You don't have any tenants, you don't have a management company, you don't have taxes on it. You buy it, hold it, put it there, and it just holds its value against the depreciation of the US dollar. Dollar is being devalued to manage all that debt. We know it, it's reality. Everybody in the Bitcoin space is becoming clear about this. And people in my industry, in the traditional investment industry, are waking up to this.
And there you have it from James Lavish. We're going to get more from James before this video is out, so make sure you watch this video to the end. And with that, what's happening, Crypto Crew? Sean's coming back at you with another cryptocurrency video.
Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption, but if you're interested in trading MicroStrategy options, any other stock out there, Bitcoin, Solana, or any other crypto out there, you can now do that on MooMoo. And if you sign up with our affiliate link, which we pin in the comment section, also in the description below, when you sign up and deposit any amount, you're going to receive up to 20 free stocks. And each one of these stocks could be valued at up to $2,000. So make sure to sign up with MooMoo. Go get that free money. Now let's go ahead and get back to the video.
And to piggyback on that, if you guys want some free stuff, get your 30 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000. The link is in the description below. Don't miss it out. And the Bitcoin bros are still dollar cost averaging. Now, someone's like, oh yeah, it's only 0.005. It costs around 500 bucks USD. But the point is dollar cost averaging. You can have this strategy. If you're buying $500 a day, $500 a week, $500 a month, whatever your strategy is, it can be quarterly, every 6 months, just keep stacking sats, because Bitcoin goes to $5 million a coin. So this 0.005 times $5 million, you're looking at a $500 investment turning into $25,000. So just keep stacking sats with a long-term conviction. It's not a get-rich overnight scheme, but you just heard what James Lavish said. He said the dollar is depreciating, and that's why all the big boys are looking where they can store their wealth, because it's not only the fastest horse in the race, it's the safest, most immutable, and you can move it from border to border basically with no friction. You can hold your own keys. You can be your own traveling bank. First stop, what we're looking at here is MicroStrategy, and nothing much has changed in these charts. Market closed since Friday, and we're looking at 337 at the close, and we are still in a downtrend. The trend's your friend until the end, and right now, as you see, we put in a lower low, a lower high, and we haven't put in a lower low as of yet. So the next level we want to pay attention to if we fall down will be this level around the 290 range. And right now, we're getting squeezed between the 20 moving average, the 50 moving average, and the bull market support band, and the apex of this big wedge pattern that we're in. Now, typically when you come into these in a bullish fashion, you can come back down, trade in it, and break out of it in a bullish fashion. So the breakout is what we're looking at. And the RSI seems to potentially have a breakout. It's on the daily right here, but don't get too overzealous right now, because you don't want to trade the RSI. The price action is what you want to follow. We'll see what the open on Monday gives us, but if we do have a breakdown, the levels we want to pay attention to, we've talked about this before, even if we come all the way down to the 200 moving average, we could still be in an uptrend. And once again, the trend's your friend to the end, and this would just be some type of sinusoidal reset, max pain before a continuation to the upside. Right now is a dollar cost averaging opportunity. You're never going to time the top, never going to time the bottom. You just got to sort of use strategic investing to understand what we see. Now, right here, we did see a low, and the RSI right here has bottomed out. And look here, then we put in a higher low on the RSI, and no divergence as of yet. So we don't see any bullish or bearish divergence, but we just have to be patient and see what the market gives us. But one thing we can compare for MicroStrategy, looking at the volume. The IV, the current volume around 69, is around the 52-week low, a few points off. So if you buy towards low volume periods, you're going to be more successful long term. If you're using leverage, be careful. Don't blow your whole portfolio. But right now would be an optimal time to dollar cost average. And once again, not financial advice. The current time it's recording, Bitcoin's coming in at 96.9K. And we are back, we are in this channel still. We're still in a downtrend. So if we fall down, the level to pay attention to is the 93.5 level. If we fall through that, the bull market support bands around the 88 range. We could have a bump off of that and flip this support back to resistance before ultimately having that bottom out in the low 80K range. And this is the 200 moving average. That would be max pain scenario going into the middle of March. So we're not out the woods yet, but this is still putting in a higher low if this plays out. And once again, if this has this price action, we'll come down, come back up, and then have a blast off for new all-time highs before the year's out. That's what we see with Bitcoin. We have to be patient, because if we do break above this support line and then start to put in flip resistance to support and then come back up towards new all-time highs, this is also a possibility, but we're still in a channel. We could come back down from there. So it could play with your emotions a lot going into the next few weeks. It's not going to be smooth sailing either way you cut the cloth, but zooming out on the charts, you can see that this is definitely still a bull trend. And then Tech Dev's weighing in. He's saying phases of the alt market. What's the next phase? It's looking pretty green. So looking back in 2017 and 2020 and 2021, what do we see? We see the red area, and then we have that final green blow off top. Red area, final green blow off top. Well, look where we are. From this line right here down in this indicator below, once we get up towards this line, when we blast through it, that's when the fun begins. We're just sitting right below it right now. So could this fun begin ready to ramp up to the upside? Also looking at why this is just getting started. This is the Bitcoin price chart, and you can see in the green areas when the blow off tops happen, bear market, then you have consolidation to the upside, then the fun begins, bear market. We're waiting for that fun to begin, get back into that green area. And look how fast this can change from the liquidity cycle correlation. This can actually just be in a downtrend and then aggressively go up into the green. Downtrend, aggressively up into the green. Every 4 years, it looks like we're about to see that same for 2025. Without further ado, let's hear from James Lavish, and he's talking about why Bitcoin is the biggest opportunity in what he sees in the market. Let's hear from James.
It's a $2 trillion asset, $900 trillion of global assets. So let's talk through that. When you have institutions that are coming in and they see Bitcoin as a separate allocation in their portfolio, that's an important allocation. The smart institutions are starting to realize that the allocations to Bitcoin not only enhance their returns, but they enhance their risk-adjusted returns. That means it makes their Sharpe ratio better. When you include Bitcoin in a larger portfolio, it enhances your Sharpe ratio. That blows their mind. And when they see that, they realize that this is an asset class they need to start allocating to. Now, we can go all the way up to top level and say, well, why is it important to have sound money like this? And sound money that's different than gold. Well, we've seen a lot of problems with the manipulation of gold, especially recently. You own gold in a vault in London, and even if it's held by the Bank of England, you may not be able to get access to that for months. And that's just insane. Bitcoin you get access to in 10 minutes. You have your not only can you get access to it, but you can move it for a fraction of the cost. I mean, think about how much money it costs to move gold. Nothing against gold, but let's talk about the future. Digital currency, digital assets. And so when you have investors that realize that, my God, I can move $1 billion of Bitcoin in 10 minutes or less for just a few dollars, as opposed to $1 billion of gold, how long it's going to take to get that out of the vaults of Bank of England, get it on trucks with armored vehicles and guards, get it onto a ship or a plane or wherever it has to go to get over to Switzerland or wherever they want to put it. Suddenly, you're trying to bring that back to New York. That's a big undertaking. Okay. So with Bitcoin, it's done like that. And it's all verified. You don't have to go in and see if it's just gold-plated nickel. Like, it's there.